Legacy. That concept has certainly been in the news of late. People questioning the legacy of past presidents, of past leaders, and what their lives actually stood for. And it is an important concept when you begin to think about your personal legacy. God wants us to think about that as well. What will we pass on to the next generation? In the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 22, God says something interesting. He says, "A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children." Of course, just looking at that on the surface, you might think, well, what are we talking about? Leave them an inheritance of money or a house or something like that? Well, that could be a part of it. But I think something that's so much more important is when we think of eternal value, rather than just a temporary inheritance of money or property or something like that. An eternal inheritance, setting the right example, passing instead of just a monetary kind of thing down to the next generation, passing on the best thing, passing on a good life to show that God's way really works. So parents, what's most important? Passing on your life to your children, raising your children, in other words, in God's way, with His values, making sure they have a heart for God and His values and His way of life, because that doesn't happen accidentally. Grandparents, the same thing. You're passing on the legacy of God's way of life to your grandchildren. And so that means we've got to work with them. We've got to discipline them when they need them. We've got to direct them and guide them and instruct them in God's way. And that's something, especially for parents, that's a 24/7 job. That's something that happens all the time. We have to demonstrate the value of God's way and living that way all the time. And so when you think of legacy, or you hear it in the news these days, personalize that. Turn it on yourself and think about the most important legacy that you leave your children or you leave your grandchildren. Leave them a legacy of God's way so that you will inspire them. You will encourage them. You will guide them. You'll guide that next generation to follow and pass on the best legacy. That's BT Daily. We'll see you next time.